got the northern lights. Baby, you just kick your feet up while I kick back. I roll one with you by my side.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bold, Black, and Addicted to Bravo, because I am bold, black, and addicted to Bravo. And as always, I have some fun friends joining me today so that we can have a great conversation about life, but through the lens of Bravo shows. If it's your first time here, my name is Nyemade, or that African butterfly, as I'm known on social media. And you can find me anywhere. I'm mostly on Instagram, but you can find me with that on any social platforms. And today I have Lauren and Simone and Lorna with me, and I'm going to let them each introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about themselves. Lauren, do you want to go first?
Sure. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm bold, I'm black, and I'm addicted to Bravo. Hi, Lauren. I just thought we would do that, but it didn't happen.
Hi, Lauren. Lauren is. You should remember Lauren from her awesome rapping the last time she was with us.
So,
She's
I'm still pipping. Paul Wall. But yeah, I love Bravo. On the socials, if you're on Clubhouse, you'll find me as Lady Lauren. I bought a plot of land. Snapchat and Instagram got me, but now I'm henceforth a lady. So. I'm always on Snapchat. You can find me on Instagram. And if you love Bravo, so do I. So there.
Lorna?
Hi, everybody. I am Lorna. I would have put my name, Lorna, but I put my Instagram handle instead, System of Curves. I model. I am transitioning into podcasting and vlogging, but I am going to keep my website. But I previously blogged and I might start back, but the pandemic made me just like take a big break. But I am black, bougie, bold, and addicted to Bravo and all things opulent that I daydream about. I just want to be jiggy just for one life in this life with Lisa Vanderpump, just one of her dogs or the swan. I don't care which one I am, just one of her animals.
Just one of them.
Just one of them. Like, I mean, who wouldn't want to wake up to that? I mean, it's just complete lavishness. I am on Clubhouse as System of Curves. I'm on all my platforms. I'm System of Curves. It's right there, not system like a TV system, just like assist because I have PCOS. So I'm a PCOS advocate and a chronic illness warrior. And that is really the claim to fame. But tonight we're talking about Bravo. I'm addicted to Bravo. And that's pretty much where my TV stays all the time. So
Perfect. And Simone?
Hi, everybody. So I'm Simone. Obviously, I'm like obsessed with Bravo. Anything on it. I'm married to medicine, you name it. I love it. And I also have a podcast called Bravo's House Vibes. I've just started it with my best friend, Erin, and we are just having a ball together. And also, we are on Instagram, Bravo's House Vibes, and we post really funny memes, and, we like to have fun. And I love the Bravo community because we all love a good wine glass smash.
Yes.
We love a good limo ride. We love a good golf cart scene.
Yes.
Listen, we are all here for it.
a little shade fest. We love the drama.
We do. I really have like grown to love the Bravo community. Like once you tap into it, it's like its own little world, but we're like all so similar, which is why we're all addicted.
Your tribe, right? And it's like, I finally found you.
It's like, these are my people.
Yes.
I mean, literally, I just want them to have a lot. Let me come to the live audience. I just need to be a part of the next launch party.
Yes.
It's Bravo.
Something. Yeah. Maybe this will blow up and we can be on BravoCon. Like that would be.
Seriously.
Right. I want them to bring that back. I just want to be like,
I secretly tag Andy every time I post one of these because I want to be on Radio Andy. I want this on Radio Andy, but
I would love that. I really actually,
God,
I mean, my life is
like a perfect fit for it.
You are. And my life isn't opulent enough, but I want to be on Real Housewives of Potomac. I mean, I'm here in the Maryland area. I feel like I have so much to contribute with my regularity, but I have so much to contribute.
I mean, Bethany didn't have opulence when she started.
That's what I'm saying.
No, girl.
You could be the Bethany.
And Jill Zarin's house.
I mean, I think it's time for a true plus size housewife.
That too.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's got to Someone has to tame Gizelle and come for Candace. Though I like Candace, actually. We have the same birthday. Don't ask me how I know that, but we have the same
Well,
birthday.
I love that you mentioned that because our subject today is substance over status and housewives and reality people on Bravo that we think maybe value substance over status. But if this is not your first time here, if it is your first time here, before we get into the deep conversation, we have to make sure that we are all card holding members by playing a few rounds of Black Card Revoked, just to make sure that we're all good. You know what though? I have to pause. I have to pause and I have to say something. Okay, this is very deep within me. That plant is so disrespectful behind me. It looks like it's dying. I water it because I know some of you are plant people out there. Please don't judge me. I really do water it. I don't know what's
talk
happening.
to them and sing to them.
Yeah.
I've never been able to keep a plant alive. I'm just asking
It's
for
so upsetting to
reference.
me. I just don't want the plant people to come for me because I'm not, it's not plant abuse.
It's still alive.
It's still alive.
It's still green.
It's just droopy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just killed a peace lily literally a month and a half ago. So
your plant is like Eeyore.
yeah,
Like Eeyore. Yes. It's still cute.
I just had to get that off my chest. Okay, now we can play.
yeah, just droopy.
All right, so this one is, most of these are, majority rule. So it's whatever we say goes. All right, which rapper can you never understand? Young Thug, Plies, Designer, or Future?
Future.
I was gonna say, isn't Future the mumbler?
It's Future.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tie between Future and Young Thug.
Yeah.
Well, Designer makes noises.
Young
so
Thug.
can he even be
I
in
was
the
about
category?
to say Designer too.
True.
Can he even be in the category? Because all he does is, it just makes noises. It's not. It's not
but you can understand what he's trying to say. I can't understand Future.
I literally only know that Future says mascot. And I know that because he said it. I mean, literally, you could ask me. Mm-hmm. I'm not a hater. I got the Drake Future album. I don't understand him. I don't understand Migos either. But if I was going to pick from that category,
Migos.
Okay, I
like
was in a concert.
I do like Migos.
And you want to know why? Because those are some beautiful chocolate men. That's it for me. Because I can't understand it. I don't get him. But Future, no idea. Bless him. He's a beautiful chocolate man. But
I feel like Young Thug goes.
Sorry to this man. I don't know who he is.
I mean, we can make it a tie of young
between Young Thug and Future.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Who might you see at your local hair or nail salon? The oil man, the CD DVD man, a booster with baby clothes, or all of the above?
The CD and DVD man.
I was gonna say
definitely CD and
Hello?
DVD.
Yeah, and the oil man. I don't think you really see the baby clothes anymore. I think that's very 90s. Very 90s. Now it's definitely going to be the CBD and oils. Everybody's trying to be woke. And
if you think of it oil that way, then the oil person.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking car oil. I was like, why are they at the nail salon?
Candles and crystals too.
Yeah.
Yes. It's going to be like
even though
oil,
I think that they definitely have like growth and healing things. I just feel like I'm probably going to find it there.
Yeah.
Probably,
it's definitely going to be, your oils.
All right,
but
so
if it was like back in the
above,
day, I don't even have a
all
DVD
the
player.
Yeah. What day is fried chicken normally served at an HBCU? Did any of you go to HBCU?
No, but it's definitely Sunday or Monday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, every day. I'm gonna go with every day.
Oh, well, then that's every day.
Tuesday.
I feel like every day.
I would say Thursday, like.
But what fried chicken?
Thursday's not an option. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, or every day.
Every day, because there's always a soul food option at a HBCU.
I'm still gonna go with Tuesday.
Yeah. All right.
I went to Southern and I can't remember. That's why I'm like freezing because I can't remember. But I did go to HBCU, but I can't remember.
Where'd you go?
Southern University in Baton Rouge. Yeah.
And you should know this because that's
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, like the freshman
with a Southern HBCU, which means that the fried chicken.
Yeah, I should know. I got the freshman 28. It's taken me a second. There was so much variety. And I'm from Oklahoma. I was like token Black girl. So I was like, get me out of here. So there's so many things I do remember, but not the days of the week. You know?
That's all right. We'll go with every day. I think that was a good one.
Yeah.
What's something that men should still do? Hold doors, pay bills, pull out chairs, believe in marriage.
All of the above.
All of the above.
If I had to choose, pay bills, but that could be the inner housewife aspirations that I have. So
Always.
we're gonna go with all of the above.
Yeah. I'm good with all of the above.
I feel like
I find a lot of men believe in marriage, but they don't believe in acting and being married.
Yeah,
I feel like
they're all about getting married, but they don't want to act married.
As a married person, I feel like I had to make it like very clear. Like I really do expect the bills to be paid and my doors to be open. And I do feel like if you want to be the head of the house, I'm going to be the neck. But I feel like the dynamics right now is like financially you are the provider. And since you've accepted that, my husband has accepted it. Like that's the way it is.
Yeah, I like it.
And that's
I love that.
That's awesome.
Closed mouth doesn't get fed, right? I said
Amen.
that.
You said that before.
Lauren, when are you going to start coming out with your seminars, your courses? Like,
I don't want to have to really work for a living. I'm ready to be a mom. This is going to be my job. I want to stage it up. And my job also is to stick beside you and gas you up. And that works for us. And that's how it's going to be. So.
Listen, you need to start doing your own series. First of all, Lauren, we need to do a live together because I want to have a whole long conversation about this.
Oh, I would love to. I've never done
will you do one of my self-love Sundays?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, because we need to talk about this. All right. Okay, so which TV mom do you wish was your own? Claire Huxtable, Harriet Winslow, Aunt Viv, Mama Payne.
Oh, Claire Huxtable.
Wait a second. Can I get the options one more time?
Me too.
Claire Huxtable, Harriet Winslow, Aunt Viv, Mama Payne. Who's Mama Payne?
Probably from House of Pain.
I would want Aunt Viv.
Over Claire Huxtable?
I would do Claire.
Yeah, I'm still.
I want to be in Beverly Hills.
But then,
I'm sorry, you forgot the bouginess. You know what? You're right.
But then again, I think of the episode when not Denise, but the other sister, she got caught sneaking out.
I remember that
concert.
one. Yeah.
That's
I would want to be in Beverly Hills. I wouldn't want to be a cop's wife. Like I like my face. So,
but Claire Huxtable still had money. She just was in New York.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
a doctor and a lawyer. They're bougie.
No,
Claire house was beautiful.
Yeah.
The Aunt Viv,
I don't know. That's tough.
Lots of sun. It is tough, but there's lots of sun.
Yeah.
You have fun siblings.
You may have won me over with Aunt Viv. You may have. I changed paths.
You're there with Will.
And you got a dance solo.
Yeah, that's so true.
Right. And everyone still does.
You have a pool house. A pool house.
I love that we both started there
today. At the same time. I'm thinking like that should be my Halloween costume. That's a piece of
that
would be awesome.
Do it.
And
that means I'd have to learn the dance, and sadly, I can't. I
can do the ending pose.
I mean, just that one part though. It's just shoulder, shoulder, side to side. Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oh wow, you were joking.
I know. Listen.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. All right. To get your edges laid down, one should use spit, jam, water, and grease, brown gel.
Jam.
And jam.
I was about to be like edge control. Should say that? No, never mind.
What's one word your cousins always mess up? Conversate versus converse, ax versus ask, Pacific versus specific, road versus through.
All of the above.
I mean,
it's all of the above because it converse,
conversate, and converse.
Yes.
And I literally can't help it. It's like a bug in me that's always like converse. Sorry. Like I can't even hold it in. I say it. I'm always like, we're conversing, right? I just try to slip it in there.
Like just finish a sentence and say conversation. Having a conversation, like
there it is. You know what I mean?
Make it easy on yourself.
Literally, just say.
All right. Well, I think we are all solid card holding members and ready to get into this discussion, which is, do some of the women seem to value status over the substance of a relationship? Are they willing to put up with more than what your typical woman would because of the status that it gives them over wanting better for what we would think themselves? I started it off, my list was with Gizelle, because I feel like even though they're not together now, and this is all speculation based on what we've seen, but even with the getting back together, it seems that she wants the clout of First Lady more so than the substance of not being with a man who cheats on you all the time. What do you guys think?
I don't even know if it's the clout as much as it is to maintain the clout of having the juicy storyline on Housewives. I really feel like Jamal was just a pawn to give more juiciness and to increase her check with Andy. I feel like she knew that was a transactional situation. Like, hey, your taxes are about to be messed up. Let's pretend to be together. Let's get you some check.
Yeah.
And let's move about our business and I also think Gizelle would probably be impossible to be with outside of whatever she was back when she was a recent Hampton grad dealing with Jamal, because I find her impossible to watch at times. So I'm just like, I can't imagine a man actually wanting to commit to you. I don't care how pretty you are. You are problematic.
So you're not Team Gizelle.
I really think it's like a power trip for her too.
Yeah,
1000%. Because obviously the First Lady of the church has a lot of like naysay.
Yeah.
And like who's it in the church? Who's going to be the choir director? Who's going to do this? Like it's a power trip for her. And I feel like with that, when they got back together, I really think she did that because she had power in writing that narrative. So
Absolutely.
She can get that check.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's a good read on
just
her.
like Luann. Like she should be an honorable mention for sure on the power trip thing.
Where's the list?
1000%.
And to your point, I mean, Gizelle tries to govern the group like they're at
exactly.
church.
Yeah, I think she's very much for status, and like even watching her this season and seeing like how unbothered she is when she upsets other people. I kind of in real life would hate it, but as a TV viewer, I just laugh so hard with her in those fights. Like, it cracks me up because you can tell she doesn't care. She's just throwing flames to throw flames. But I do think you guys are right that it's a power trip for her that she
and she got her devoted church member Robin, who has no brain, mind, spine of her own.
I don't think Lauren, was that a disagree or agree face?
No, I feel like I was just taken to church just now with what you said. I feel like an usher should be bringing me a Kleenex and sitting me down or standing beside me, because I've never thought of it that way, but so valid. So valid.
1000% a power trip.
Wow.
She's milking it.
Yeah, she is. I would say probably
she knows that role and
she did her homework.
She did. And all it takes is one obsessed church member, and then you're constantly feeling empowered.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Robin
then you
is
start
that
a church
person.
And marry your grandfather. And
okay, great transition. Do we think Mary, like how do we think Mary falls into that? Because we should have started with Mary. I don't know what's wrong with me. She might be the best example.
I don't even know what to think of Mary. I mean, she gives me anxiety watching her on TV.
Yeah.
It's just
I go back and forth between loving her and getting that anxiety.
I don't know if I can ever love her. It's like the tragedy of cults. Like, it's like you're watching the history.
Right. I'm about
the anxiety
to my Mary face after Simone speaks.
You're fine. I'm sorry, but do you guys remember the scene when it was the choir rehearsal, right? Okay. Do you guys remember the people in the choir crying and just freaking out when she walked in. It was like seeing a celebrity.
Weird.
Like it was
she's
crazy.
martyred herself in the church.
It's wild. And that's what Gizelle is trying to do.
Yeah.
She's giving us very much like she's a cult.
Yeah. Cult leader for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more about that storyline. What were you saying, Lauren?
So one. That's what I was trying to give.
Okay.
Okay, right?
Right?
There it is. Just you know, here's the thing. I don't know how to feel about Mary.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll say, like, I was raised in a very insular religion, right? Very tight. I'm free. Very, no worries. Very insular, very tight, very much, you only talk to these people. These people are your neighbors, even if you have other neighbors. Like, this is your community, right? And I do feel like in terms of like spaces and faith or anything for me, because I was like raised in it, a community is so important to me. Like, I'm okay being insular in it. I'm really cool with it. It's bad.
Well, because when you're in it, it feels good. You're
right.
like,
But it's even when I left the community, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is what a birthday party is. And I was like in double digits, you know what I mean? But I still like yearned for that. So when you talk about the reactions to Mary Cosby, it is because I feel like they tight, you know what I mean? Like, they're tithing, they're going to each other's house on Sunday, whatever. And I feel like, was it a calling? I don't know. But did she take that role and marry her grandfather to step into that calling?
Like, do we think she would have still had that calling had it not come with houses and money and all of that?
No, absolutely not.
No, I feel like she was going to have that money regardless.
Did we see that? She wasn't a first lady.
She runs the church though, right? She runs it because her grandmother ran it and she took over running it for her grandmother.
It was basically inheritance.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the incest for me. And it just, you know, as someone that grew up with all the scandal being a Christian and, you know, being Baptist at that, it's just gives a deeper insight into the church manipulation and power struggles that we endure in the name of Jesus and God and Mary and Joseph.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's one thing with Christianity. It teaches you to embrace that struggle. Like, the struggle is a good thing.
Mary's theatrics, I was named Mary. And it's just like,
named Mary, and my sister's named Martha.
You know, it's like, it's all the acting for me. Like, it's like I'm tripping on acid every time Mary comes on the screen.
She's very unsettling.
It's just the jitters of it all. And I'm like, did I ingest the edible, or is the screen shaking, or is it Mary? You know
what the thing is with Mary for me is like, and I think because I'm on like such a like path of self-love and like I do what I want and only my opinion matters about me, like she very much lives in her own reality about herself, and I kind of respect it. Because yes, we all think she's a little cuckoo, but there's lots of people who don't think she's cuckoo, and she only cares what they have to say. Like, I may change my mind later down the line, but right now I'm very much on the path of like, if it makes you happy, and it's not hurting anyone, you do you. So I kind of like that she just doesn't care. Well, there's the question.
I mean, I feel
but let's pretend she's not hurting anyone and she's just a little kooky. Like she really thinks she has the best fashion. She really could be kooky, wearing what she wears. And she believes that. And I love that for her. And no matter what we all say about her fashion, she loves it. Just like Gizelle loves her interior design. And I love that for them. You know, like you love it, I love it.
I do love about Mary is that she rocks her natural hair when she's at home.
I love her natural hair. It's so
I absolutely love that, because you really do not see that on the Housewives. You don't even see it on Atlanta or Potomac, for real. Like,
not really.
Except with Candace. I say Candace, and unfortunately Monica's gone, were the only two on Potomac that did natural. And in Atlanta, on occasion, we would see Portia And Kenya, I mean, her hair, I can't say that any of it's weave. It's never, I don't know.
Allegedly,
I
that's
think
all her.
I think she has clip-ins or something.
Probably.
I think she has clip-ins,
yeah.
but
But
they're
for the
the
most part,
only
she has
ones.
good hair. Yeah.
Mhm.
And well, when Eva was on, Eva was always giving her real hair, but
Yeah.
it's very,
Yeah.
Very rare. But yeah, I like the
Oh,
response.
I would
Eva.
bring up Eva. Jesus.
I mean, substance or stature, like we can't even get into Jen with that because that's a whole nother,
Oh God.
that's like crime or status. So what about like if we talk about Beverly Hills? So Erika very much gives me like, I want status.
Yeah.
And like, I get it because who doesn't want the good life?
Yeah, of course.
But what are you willing to put up with for that good life? Like, even if we take aside the criminal things of her husband, let's say it was all well-earned money.
Yeah.
The way that she's presented to us about their relationship is that he's been having affairs. He's very controlling with the money and what you can have and what you can't have. Of course, the offside is she gets to do what she wants and has a ton of money. So like, what would be more important to you? And what are you willing to put up with in a relationship for that level of an opulent life?
Well,
see, you got to remember where she started. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So remember when she was like, I was grinding, I was doing all this for myself. She was at Shakers. She moved to New York City. So she was a grinder. So when she saw, what's it?
Tom.
Brain fart. So once she met Tom, when she was like, oh, he was my customer, blah, 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 like, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Only
like she does, she's like using a debit card. And
yeah, what the fuck out of here? Like, you have a son and you have to buy diapers and you're telling me that you get these checks.
And then
she needs to get the Reba theme song in her mind for her future.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Listen, I feel like she's just prepping us for her next book, her featured show. Like,
right.
She could have a comeback.
Oh, she's going
to.
But the thing is,
let's be clear. Like you said, Simone, she knew what she was doing, but Tom at one point was a very smart man. He knew what he was doing. That to me is a very controlled money situation,
1000%.
which is why, she stayed put, because leaving wasn't worth the sacrifice based on whatever prenuptial money, agreement they had. I do believe, much like, some other wealthy people who go out and get eye candy as opposed to someone who brings money to the table, it's a very controlled environment. I feel like there were certain things rationed out. I feel like maybe there wasn't a lot of money that flowed through her hands, but he would get the tangibles of what she asked for, but she didn't have access to as much money as we think she had access to. And she didn't really, let's be clear, start really making real money probably until the Housewives. But we knew about Erika Jane. Everything else she was doing was very hobby-like.
She said it cost her more money than anything.
Yes, to be out in the clubs doing the go-go's and stuff. And then once we fell in love with her aesthetic, now it was
she just
I
blew
have
up.
tours. She just blew up and I had tours. So it's a lot of new money, but it's not the big money.
Yeah.
And
even but see, it's a power trip.
Yeah.
Well, I also thought it when she kept saying small town Sutton, and I know there are Sutton fans, and I know wherever she
that's
isn't
stupid,
big
she is small
or whatever.
town.
But I also know and live by money talks and wealth whispers.
Yeah.
And Sutton gives it, and she gives it old.
She definitely gives old money.
I think that Erika resents that, and I think that's why she shared that the way she did, and that Erika has spoken very loudly. And she didn't whisper about the wealth, and I think that was such an important factor to her. I don't know her full story, but I think that mattered. It didn't come easy. It wasn't born into. It wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that could skew her substance. That could skew her ethics to never want to. I mean, who doesn't think I never want to worry about money again? Well, I never, who wouldn't do that?
Right.
However,
a loving mother that was hard on her.
A doctor. She didn't pick like a doctor or surgeon. She picked a lawyer, and she didn't pick a regular lawyer. which not even a regular lawyer, because I'm like, listen, I've seen people in law school. They ain't regular people.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But she picked Tom Girardi. She picked that guy, the guy for the small people.
He picked her, and she agreed because what she did a Google
search. That's so true.
Right.
That's
she did a quick Google search.
This is a Kardashian level lawyer. Let me go the getting on.
Yeah. Well, I think that what you mentioned earlier is like a really good point as far as like she picked him and he picked her, and it has always bugged me that like when people talk about gold digger relationships, it's always like, oh, the woman. It's like, it is a mutual relationship of two people deciding that they want to value different things. And as far as I'm concerned, like as much as people judge those relationships, I can think of so many poor, shitty relationships. So many that it's just like, I can think of that type of relationship where he's controlling like the 20 grand a year they make. So if he's controlling that versus like the 2 million grand a year, it's like, if I have to deal with a controlling ass husband, like let me.
This is exactly why I don't look down on prostitutes or anybody else, because why be out here heartbroken for free? And I'm not saying
you know what, my best friend's grandpa told us. This was like my freshman year of high school, and and it resonated with me then, and it resonates with me now. And it's honestly like, you know what? Don't date poor, because you can fall in love with anyone. So if you have an understanding of what you want, stay fast to the objective. Exactly. And I feel like Erika did that. And
people like judge people
just like Tom stayed fast
to his objective. And we just don't judge men. We don't judge men for their objective being a beautiful woman, but we judge women for their objective being a man who works. Like it's the same. And as long as you get what you want in the relationship, I do not care. Like
the thing
date for looks, you date for money.
It's a mutual exchange. You buy pretty, you want arm candy. You could have dated a woman for substance, but that's not what you're interested in.
And not that some of these beautiful women don't have it, but for the most part, you know, I think that not everyone ends up with like a Ken and Lisa situation where she was very beautiful and brought a lot of substance, even though she was significantly younger than him. Well, was she? She was significantly
younger.
And
I think you go both ways. I mean, Sutton knew her husband since they were children.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's the other thing I was going to say is that
she also had a very clear understanding of what was happening. When they tied the knot.
Yeah.
That's why she chose.
Let's be clear.
We always chose status, but she chose a substantive status.
Right.
Yes.
Which is also an option if you can. Yeah.
But let's not overlook Dorit. Clearly.
PK is awesome though. I don't want to say that they're just all money, because PK is so funny. But like, he probably laughed her
panties off. Like a real love affair,
as gorgeous as Dorit is.
But that was so funny.
Marriage. Yeah, he has personality.
It was
not attractive. Dorit
could have been in there getting cracker. No,
exactly. He's not attractive. Dorit is by far stunning. She could have been over there in England or anywhere picking any of the models. Anybody. She picked PK for comfort because of what he brought to the table.
I think theirs is a little bit more of both, only because you can really, like, for me, I can really see why she would be with him versus just his money. Like, he's so funny. He cracks me up. But I also like see him on social media where he's really funny. He's hilarious on Instagram.
Okay, so I'm about to drop a bomb.
That's a lot of fun.
Drop a bomb.
Dropping a bomb.
Do you feel that way about Ashley Darby and Michael?
Absolutely.
No.
Oh.
No. Wait.
Lauren,
okay.
Go.
Let me state my case on why, though.
Okay, state your case.
No. I feel like Ashley understood the assignment, and I feel like Michael Darby also understood the assignment. For me, I can't get past that. To me, he is Gollum, and that she is his precious, and so that's why I said that. But if we were going clearly based on what we were saying, they understood the assignment. It was very clear. I mean, when she was like, "Oh my God, we were on the dance floor at Tiesto, so y'all pop a Molly, I'm sweating," and you meet someone, and it's a situationship. And I'm not here to judge, but we see each other, and y'all saw each other and connected. And then he was like, I really am into this. And she was like, I am really into this life that I can have for myself. And maybe it's love, but
I think it's just because I'm jaded, but I just feel like
Tent City. Stephanie said coming from Tent City, and would speak.
Let's be clear.
Right. She understood what he could give her.
She was
she's
in a
literally
trailer.
looking at way that he's a predator. That's why he's following.
She was in a trailer in Germantown, Maryland, okay, with her mom and brother. All right. She knows Michael Darby's not cute.
Wait, did she really live in a trailer?
Yes. She knows Michael Darby. It was bi-curious. Okay. She's like, well, I sleep with women. Let's just.
Maybe they connected over that. I know you guys. I know I'm a hopeless romantic. I get it. But like maybe they connected over. And I do think that there was a bit of like, money and looks and blah, blah, blah. But I do think probably they also connected over them both liking that like freak lifestyle at that time.
Right. I'm sure they loved music and had like really good times together.
Yeah, Ashley understood the assignment. She grew up so hard. Actually, one of my friends is related to her. They grew up very hard. She was overlooking all that because she stepped out. She said she stepped out on her marriage. She's not attracted to Michael like that. They both stepped out. They were not perfect. And even the way their chemistry is on the show, even with the way he speaks, like, oh, you're getting small again. I can be sexually attracted to you. It's a very transactional relationship. That lacks any of that lovey-dovey woo wah wah. The only ones that I can say met for love, it would be Ray and Karen. She's understood the assignment coming from where she came from, but she loves her some Ray. That's not false.
Did Ray have money when they met?
Can I just say
she loved her some Ray
experience? Like I find myself, I'm very, in terms of similarities, I feel like I'm very similar to Candace and upbringing and just in general.
Candace?
It is what it is, and I feel blessed for it. But I also feel like when we say understanding the assignment, like I also understood the assignment. And I feel like, yes, it was like super romantic. It was. We were like, right, like it's a thing. But that element was part of my love. And I think he understood it was part of my love. And I understand that it's part of my love. And
so I think that's okay. I think that we're so
that can be part of the hopeless, but it's also part of like, is a reality.
Is it real?
Well, I think that we're so often like it's thrown at us like it's bad if we say that's a requirement. Why is it bad to say my requirement is that you can afford me a certain type of lifestyle? Especially for me, I certainly have no qualm saying it because I can afford myself. Like I'm high maintenance, but I maintain myself. So you cannot say anything to me about what I want, and I'm bougie because I can take care of it. But there's no problem with wanting someone who can maintain that level. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
I think that's a cultural thing that African Americans placed on one another.
Really?
Because no other culture really
each other like that.
No one else is really talking about gold diggers. I feel like European people of European descent, that's the birthright. They raised their daughters to be in a space of being secured. And that security looks like
that's true because even in the African community, like the Black African community in Liberia and Nigeria, it's marrying up is the way to do it. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He wasn't marrying outside of her tribe where that certain influence was. They knew. Wendy and Eddie understood the assignment. Okay.
Oh, they did.
They knew exactly why they came to wed. There was a exact reason why Eddie was okay with marrying Wendy and why their families connected. And that's why they have dissension because Wendy's family comes from money. We as African Americans.
So what's the problem with Eddie's family then? Like they should like that.
Yeah. What's the beef? Well, do you know?
26% Nigerian.
Yes, they're from different. They're from different.
It's a tribal issue.
It's something I forgot what it is, but it has something to do with the tribal issue.
Wow.
You're absolutely right. It's definitely a distinctively. Well, I don't even know that I would say distinctively African American. So I think white Americans do the same thing. Like there's something which is crazy because we're so capitalistic.
I think it's the wage gap. I think it's the reality that when you have money, you know that
that's
despite happiness,
that's
comfort is something that you will have.
Yes.
And something that you will have.
It's like poor people guilt poor people for wanting to marry up, but rich people don't never say like, oh, you should only marry for love. Like you shouldn't want someone who can afford your certain
Right.
lifestyle.
Oh no,
I mean,
they
And then I
want
think
somebody
that
to
poor
match
people lie to
their
Well,
their
and
gimmick.
I just think, like I said, it is very, I feel like we speak about it more than anything because me growing up in the South, the other ethnicities, the women were looking for who was going to be
an
the best.
MRS degree.
Right, the best provider. We're the only
Yeah.
ones that talk about struggle love and getting it out the mud with someone. That is not spoken of
It's
in
not
any
fun.
other space. What it is, okay, yeah, you were an engineer major. I was an engineer major. Oh, you decided to find Microsoft. Now we're all wealthy. And that was out the mud, but they were never connected. Melinda didn't connect with Bill because she thought he was the most lovely man only. She saw that he was smart. She was intrigued by his passion and his goals, and that's why that aligned.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that be like, oh,
ambition
you know
is
what?
an aphrodisiac, and that's on that.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that are like, oh, you should.
Ambition is a love language.
It
And you
is.
see it.
I blame
Absolutely.
Tyler
It's mine,
Perry.
yeah.
I blame Tyler Perry for his movies. He's
It's
always
Tyler
making
Perry's fault.
us. It is.
Oh,
because
He is all about that
Tyler
struggle
Perry.
love. He is the
all the successful Black men in his movies are abusers and emotionally
Yes.
manipulative. And it's like, hey, successful Black woman, take this bus driver.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's serving burgers. That's who's going to love you right.
Yeah.
And
You know
bam.
what?
Right. And that's
You know what?
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if
But
we're
you
being
should-
transparent, right? Like I want someone, I'm flawed, I'm human, I'm flawed, but I'm working on myself and I also know what I want and I know what I need. And I'm going to be transparent with you. I want to know that you take pride in providing for your family. Like that's something that you feel deeply. And that's not being a gold digger. Believe me,
that's just knowing what you want.
Yeah.
But
I do have to say, as I get older and spend more time like by myself, taking care of myself and affording my own lifestyle, a man who's able to provide me with a certain lifestyle is less of actually a requirement for me.
Yeah.
I think because it's so hard finding all the other things. Wants to is, but I do think that like I now more so like I would love it if he could maintain or be better than what I'm able to currently do. But I will even take it if they're a step behind, as long as they don't try to make me feel better for doing or make me feel bad for doing better. Because that's what I can't stand. Like, don't make me feel like my bouginess and my wants are bad just because you can't afford it. That's what we're not going to do.
And that's the problem. We guilt trip one another. Getting back to
the guilt trip is ridiculous.
Trip one another for wanting or requiring security. And that's why I'm never mad at any of these housewives for understanding the assignment. I'm never mad because if you grew up without, why would you want to spend the most? You're an adult longer than you are a child. Why would you want to spend your adult years in struggle just so that you're like, oh, it's against morality to want someone for his security and financial, gain. Call me immoral.
Well, it's like when people say money can't buy happiness. I always remember the quote that money can't buy happiness, but it's more comfortable to cry in a Mercedes than on a bicycle. And like that is so true because no matter what you do in life, you are not going to be 100% happy. You're not. And yes, you can be poor and find that love. And you know what? Your struggles may be your finances, but you're happy and in love. Or maybe you're rich and you're lonely, but you don't have to worry about finances. It's life is a give or take, and it's up to you to decide where your give and take is. And I don't think it's right to judge someone if they're like, you know what? I'm okay not having those lovey-dovey moments because I don't have to worry about every other thing on the list because money takes care of me. Versus people who are like, I want the lovey-dovey moments and I'll cry about those. Like, whatever you want.
And the men want it.
It's so important to have the clear picture. So that's why I feel like, okay, with Dorit, it is status, but it's also substance. Because clearly, when they got together, they said, this is the picture of the life that I want. This is the life I want. Like, this is the kind of life I want to live. This is kind of.
I mean, it's like arranged marriages. Like, sometimes you just grow.
Yes, exactly.
You could grow together. One could have a come up or whatever. But I need to know that my partner is breathing life into me. And so, for the people that were questioning status or substance, I question, were they breathing life into their partner? Of course, they're expecting to receive it.
Yeah,
you've got to. It's a give. It's a got.
I think Karen gives to Ray, and that's why they work.
Breathing life. Did Erika? Did you ever catch the that Erika actually would breathe life into her spouse. Did you ever think that Jen Shah could actually breathe life into anyone? Question that. Like, that's why the people were the
Jen Shah,
there's a whole episode. Jen Shah's a whole
entire topic on her own.
Right, exactly.
I
need to do a whole episode on accountability and I just want to talk about her and how they don't understand accountability.
She's another one that gives me anxiety to watch on TV, Jen Shah. But like you were saying with status, you know, even with Simon and Portia, even though they're not a part of this, but I feel like everybody's so concerned. I'm like, as long as it's palatable to the woman, who cares? Like, if she can find them attractive,
like Nigeria,
right.
I've already said my partner doesn't have to be gorgeous.
I'll use two throwbacks, right? Okay, Alex and Simon, they had the substance of the couple. That's why they're around.
Who did they
loved each other. I feel like they loved each other.
Who was rich in that relationship?
They live in Australia now. They're still together. Simon was the breadwinner, but they were seeking status, but they had the substance of a marriage, and it shows. Yeah, they had the substance. Yes. Okay, and then you flip it to another couple.
What about Countess
making it work?
Yeah,
I'll give it to Real Housewives of Miami, and I'll say Dr. Hochstein and Lisa.
Yeah,
they saw each other. They're going for status, and their substance status is a part of that, and that's why it's working.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Kind of like a Toya, like Married to Medicine.
Yeah, like Toya and her husband.
And that's fine. Like if you both want that status together, that's have to go.
There's nothing wrong with it. Now, granted, would we? I don't think Eugene is cute. But again,
he looked like a midget.
I mean, I think that him being a doctor helped his cuteness for Toya, if we're being honest.
I mean, of course, he reminds me of Arthur the Aardvark. Okay, he's giving me Arthur vibes.
I mean, Arthur for a second while I cope with that. 1 minute.
Like it looks like he goes to his head and go like
and our part. I'm in a mute. Let me.
He's very
roasting Eugene.
Yeah.
Yes,
he is. But I see his personality, and they both wanted status, so it fit. And I always tell people, if it's palatable for you, and you can lay down with it, and it fits the desired family structure. Who are we to even judge?
That's my thing. I don't care why anyone judges, and like as long as it works for you.
Off the
Lauren, come back.
I know, Lauren, come back. Lauren, we're sorry.
I'm back.
But no, I was saying like as long as it works for you, because like
saves lives.
He does save lives.
Eugene saves lives.
And I think that he's good with letting Toya.
Or not.
I think he's good at letting Toya shine, which I think helps their relationship. The fact that he lets Toya shine and kind of do her own thing, because that's the thing. Like with some relationships, both people want to be the show people, and some relationships you want someone to be the back person. So, like as long as I'm such a huge advocate of just being yourself, and then finding the person that matches that, because I promise you there is someone out there that will let you. I have a problem when you fake who you are, get someone, and then change your personality. I'm not good with that.
Let's be real.
No, that's just wrong.
Be yourself.
I don't want to stay at Ramada Inn, right? I make that very clear. I'm not an asshole.
It's not a part of
I'm not staying at a Ramada.
But it's not a part of the world I want to live in. And am I above it? No. Will I do it if I have to? Sure. But you know my personality is a W Hotel. So when we're booking for a trip, you know me well enough to know where we want to stay. And in fact, you want to stay there too. Oh
that's
my God.
What I want. We see each other and we both want to stay there.
We see each other.
We're not staying at the La
right
Quinta.
Here.
Yeah.
No.
Right. It's not for
you know what I think it is though
this
too?
Is just my personality. And that's the substance.
Well, I think it's also that people I think that people judge people who say they want better things because they instantly take it on them as saying like, oh, so I'm not good enough. Like where I'm at isn't good enough. But it's like, it's not what that's saying. Like I grew up poor. And we didn't have a lot of money. My mom worked very hard, worked multiple jobs. And even then I was dreaming of having a maid in a convertible. I remember being 10 years old.
Aww.
I saw my very first episode of Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous. I literally got up. I was sitting on her bed, got up, walked to the TV, was like the whole episode. Because I didn't know worlds like that existed, but it instantly spoke to my heart. I went downstairs and told my mom one day I will have a convertible and a maid. And she was like, you can do anything you put your mind to. And she is right. But you know what I mean? Like there are just some of us, and it's not like saying, oh, I think I'm better than this. It's like once you know that you want a certain thing in life, and then
because
once you work towards it,
that are like, I could care
there's nothing wrong
some
with
people
having
don't care,
standards.
and that's fine. And some people care, and that's fine. And it doesn't mean we just live in such a world that it's right or wrong. Everything's right or wrong. Instead of being like, it's just a difference of opinion. It's just a difference of opinion. Right.
Exactly. And I mean, when we're speaking of status, I mean, Aiden and Mariah, like I feel like the only ones even on Married to Medicine that weren't for status is Jackie, Simone, and
Contessa.
But
those are all, like, well, okay, so there's a question though, because
Contessa.
I was gonna say there's a question though, because those three relationships that you just mentioned were all ones where the women appear to be the larger breadwinner of the relationships. So do we have
I thought Contessa's husband was a doctor.
But that's because they started in youth though. So they were they were all in relationships via college. And so they were already in love. So anything that came with it with their family structure. So that's why those look different. Same thing with Mauricio and Kyle. Like she said, her wedding dress may have been $800.
Yeah.
Her wedding may have been $10K.
I mean, that's the dream that you come up with.
And they like to say that like Mauricio was like broke, but he wasn't.
He was not broke.
I mean, he was like LA broke.
Let's say he was.
Yeah, LA broke.
He was LA broke, not broke.
He was $1,000-aire, you know. He was $1,000-aire. He might have made 85.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
85. There it is.
How often do we see relationships where the assignment happens in reverse? Like where the woman is the breadwinner, the money, and then the man is behind, and like how is that viewed? Like the only one I can't think of a Bravo. I can only think of really Oprah. But that's because I've really been in my mind like for my Stedman to my
Julia
Oprah.
Roberts.
I mean, there's several. There's Wendy
Williams.
Wendy Williams.
Oh, Wendy.
Who else? Kris Jenner.
And then what's the one that just made the seasonings? Tabitha Brown.
Yeah.
Now she's the breadwinner.
Oh,
yeah.
God, I love her.
Yeah.
I literally posted
would Kris Jenner and her husband count? I mean, her boyfriend.
I was like,
her boyfriend. Yeah, Kris Jenner's boyfriend.
Yeah, Kris Jenner.
Yeah, but again, you know, I think in those situations, we'll see Kris Jenner experienced both sides of life. Both of her marriages were status, and she was done after that. I think after you have a husband become you, and wear your clothes, essentially, you're kind of like, I just need regular. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good on the money. It's
like,
whatever.
I'm cool.
But I just find it interesting that in those situations, women are always judged so harshly as being gold diggers and blah, blah, blah. But when a man is with a woman, it's like, oh yeah, look at him. He's with the this woman.
Oh my God, mugshot bay. Mugshot bay left his boo.
Mugshot bay.
Then got with baller. Living his best life, and we're not really having the same commentary.
No one's mad at him.
Nobody's
what I do feel, and I feel this so deeply, and to have also friends of the less melanated persuasion also understand this assignment. I'm so happy we're talking about this in the podcast. You're not going to get a gold digger for wanting more for yourself, because you're aware of like what it is that you want, how you want to live, how you want to travel, how you want your house to be. If you're a person that's thinking, oh my God, I got to live outside of my means and this person's going to save me, clearly that dynamic, you get what you pay for in every aspect. So
I have another question.
It's a level thing. It's really about, again, the relationship, because you have to be so clear, like very clear, like this is how I want to live. Like, are you down? Oh, you want that?
I feel like as long as you communicate, you can do and have whatever you want. Just communicate and just be real.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to have an open Michael Darby relationship, do it. Just communicate. You want to
I
be
mean, I
bougie,
made it so
communicate.
clear. All I want to be is a stage parent. I said that to y'all. I say it every day.
I love
say it
that.
aloud.
And I
As
love
long
it.
as you
And I
know,
love
that's
it.
all.
I love that.
I feel like the woman loses either way because
Mhm.
we're judged for being gold diggers. And look how they attack Candy.
Yeah.
They attack because Todd clearly didn't make what Candy made, but she was in
Oh
love with
no,
Todd.
especially Mama George is
And
on that ass.
even in the case of, we can use Candace as an example, they're always in her marriage because they don't think that her husband can provide for her. They feel like Candace and Candace's mother are basically the money makers in their marriage.
I know it would be a different topic, but like, why are you shitting on this generational wealth? I am a
and
child
that is
that
my
lives
main.
in it.
Oh my God, I might have to
plan
pause
on that for my children,
this
and
is
it was
my
planned for me.
Yes.
And thus before, and I'm benefiting from it every day. And
I Candace's mom, right?
I have a celebratory prayer cloth because this is the reason why I go hard for Candace so much, is because the reason America hates her is because she is a Black Huxtable in real time.
That is not why we can't stand her. I rebuke that because
because
she
let
is
me tell you,
problematic.
let me tell you, they attack her because she's intellectually.
I love that about her. I love that she's smart.
But the thing is, you can't come at someone who has a vernacular of a sophisticated person and get mad
I wish
about
she used
how
it when
hard
she
they
was
hit
mad.
back.
I would probably like her more if she used that vernacular when she was mad.
But she does.
Barely.
She does. She just reads everybody the book.
Case in point, Gizelle, Mia, as much as I like Monique, but I'm just like, y'all can't keep teasing her about her family. You can't keep calling her, oh, well, you don't have money. You're mommy, and teasing the fact that she has generational wealth and get upset that she bites back harder because she's intellectually astute to do so. And so the problem is, like, people like Gizelle, they start low. And then when she can go lower, because not only is she about to string all of these words together that most of them don't understand, it hits
the lifestyle to back it.
Yeah, right. With the lifestyle to back it, and the mommy that you know, she didn't get it out the mud, so now she's the problem, and it's like a self-hate thing. We love Monique from being ratchet to riches, but we can't love a woman who had riches the entire time, who did not have to struggle to go to college, did not have to struggle to have anything, whose mom was like, hey, before you get out the house, let me make sure you're fully secure. I'll give you a house. I'll give your sister a house.
Okay, so I just have to say with the house thing, Gizelle didn't struggle because she came from money too, but
she came from old money.
What I was going to say with Candace is that, like, I like that Candace is smart, and I like that Candace has all those things. In fact, my frustration with Candace is that I want to like her more, and every time I do, she does or says something, I'm just like you can't be the victim and also go hard. And like, even the stuff with her mom, I would not have, if she had been like, yeah, I have generational wealth, yeah, my mom pays for myself, whatever. Instead, she got so defensive about it, and then we get so low in the arguments about it. I think it would also be received differently if she didn't act like she should be ashamed about it.
But you gotta understand, they're talking about her buying her own engagement ring. I would be very defensive if everybody's attacking my man because I'm the only gold digger, quote unquote.
I mean, I get it, but she doesn't stand for it.
Though I feel for Candace in two ways, okay? Actually 3 ways. I'll go with preface, right? Candace's husband is white, so okay.
And not wealthy white.
It was Tinder. It wasn't planned, and it wasn't planned for my mother either. But whatever. Okay. Candace went to like predominantly white schools, right? So then when you're around like Black people, our people, that you're like, oh my God, finally, I'm not the token. They're saying, why do you talk like that? You talk white.
My whole life, story of my life.
My whole life, right? We know this, right? Okay, so I think that's the defense mechanism that she throws. And here's the thing, I like Candace, but I can't justify those actions. Okay?
That's where I'm at with Candace.
When she is shooting the shot, I understand that it feels like coming from a place, right? And I also feel like sometimes when you're dealing with Miranda, Karen, Becky, Connie, Ashley, that you can
Ashley.
You can slay quickly.
Yeah.
Instantly, it's done. We're done.
Yes.
However, the strength of our ancestors, the strength of our people from the motherland, when approaching, when we see it in Candace, we're like, skirt, 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 how dare you? But you have to also keep in mind that the audience that Candace was perhaps used to when she was starting to learn these reads was a little unseasoned. And so when she's coming across seasoned, it's in. And the thing is also the out of pockets that are pulled. The Candace.
Oh, it is always.
I mean, and you know,
and that's the only, like, if she would fight a little bit differently,
an unseasoned potato salad with raisins, but not on our team. You know what I'm saying?
And
I'm saying it aloud.
I just, she gets mad. She gets so hypocritical, and that's what I just can't deal with her. Other than that, like, I want to like her. She's so smart. She's so quippy. I love her confessionals. Like, I genuinely love, like, I like her.
When she said Gizelle needed to be in prison,
when she gets mad,
I was upset because Ashley should be her cellmate. And if we keep sleeping on forehead Ashley's fashion, I have been
five-head Ashley,
it for years.
I can't
it's
stand
a Charlotte
five-head
situation.
We're not body shaming, ladies.
That's not a body part that is shamed, but she does have a 5-head. And what I have,
I cannot think of Ashley Darby without thinking of forehead.
Right.
Forehead,
it's the hypocrisy for me, because it's like, oh, we need to be sensitive about Mia's mother, right? Yeah. But we have 5-head back when Monique fell asleep at the wheel. You're an alcoholic. We have 5-head coming for other people's.
But we came after her when she did that. Here's what bothers me with Candace. Candace acts like nobody comes for other people.
No, but society really comes for Candace.
We came for them too. We came for them too. Candace acts like she's the only one.
Hold on. They don't cancel culture 5-head. They don't even cancel culture Gizelle, you know, Cankles, when she's questioning the paternity.
I would say sensitive.
Yes. Gobbleneck, when she's here questioning the paternity of Monique's child. That's a very sensitive topic to be oh, your son is not yours. However, Giselle's not cancel cultured. So then when Mia's out here being messy, prying into her financials, it's, oh my God, she said her mother's low budget. Does she know her mother's story? No, but does it matter?
No. Does it matter?
Okay,
when she didn't know, but when she knew and still went
body
there.
Shame. But the thing is, and this is why I say it, because I love Candace. I feel very similar to Candace on so many levels. But I also know, and I feel that on the sharp tongue, right? Because that's what you learn, right? Because you can't be angry, right? You got to get it done in a swoop, right? You got to get it done in one swoop. However, on that note, Candace is also an intelligent, beautiful Black woman.
Yeah.
Chooses to go to the jugular or arterial artery. And when I mean she does, she doesn't do it just one time. That's the kicker for me. She could go to the jugular and then kind of okay, well, I'm going to let it palpitate and maybe I'll dodge it, but I'm going to still go for her. Yeah. Why? Because she came for me, fight or flight. But what Candace does is she's like, you know what? Let me hit all of the major blood veins. I'm going to bleed this person out in a quick span.
Yes. And let me go as base as
and
possible.
Ferociously. And I say that only because Candace also knows that she is being ferocious, that she is going for the jugular because she's like, finish him. So it's such but part of me wants to be like, Candace, you don't have to do all that. You could have knocked him out with the first.
Yes, that's what, and I think thank you for hitting the nail on the head, because that really is what it is because she is so intelligent, and you know that she doesn't have to go to that base level. You know it's a choice for her, and that's what makes it more upsetting.
I accept that because
you know what I mean, and I'm okay
because she knows she can hurt somebody's feelings.
Swipe, you know she's good at it. Like knock it out.
Yeah,
her and Kenya both. Her and Kenya.
None of them have ever been able to touch Candace since she said, I came from Jesus. Like no one ever. So literally, Candace, if you could, because you know this at this point, now you really know. Like someone literally yanked your hair because you know. get him one time, Viper, and then
Yes.
Speaking of that, how are our thoughts about Mia and status and her?
Yes, thank you.
This is what I also fit.
It's another Erika Jane thing.
Dog hollers, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Because Mia, you know what you did come for. You loved the show. It's clear you were a fan, and it's okay.
Yes.
I love it too.
And
right, but she came with it. She knew, I've got to bring this energy. This is kind of what I know about these people. I'm coming in hot. I'm starting smack with each person here.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe you thought that it would be like a Gizelle, like, I don't know about you. You have a good heart.
You have a good heart, though.
But had you understood the assignment, you would have known that Wendy's read should have been enough. And if you can't knock back, if you can only say broke bees, and I also understand your story, and I also understand that it is so important for you to prove that you aren't the kid in the system, that you aren't the girl from the club, that you are the woman that took the business that perhaps your husband started and made it what it is now. You can stand in that. You can own that. But what you shouldn't do is don't, what did Lil Jon say? Don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Don't start none, won't be none.
Because you don't know Dorothy. You've never met Dorothy. And yet you're inquisitive. And yes, I understand the green-eyed bandits are messy and they're going to be like, oh my God, we have the questions too. But if you're a fan, you've seen that they stand by one another. They're not going to stand with anyone else. But you decided to go there with intention, all with your chest out. So be prepared to receive. And maybe Candace did know about your mom and maybe not, but you also told us about your mom. I'm not saying that it was great. I wish you wouldn't have done that. I wish you wouldn't have done it multiple times.
Right.
But if you, again, don't start none, won't be none.
Yes.
Well, I think
I don't think she did. She didn't understand the assignment because Wendy and Candace are the two you don't want to come for.
I thought she would have learned with Wendy.
Right. Like you can't come for those two, or really Karen, because when Karen decides to step into her true reader,
Karen is
she goes in.
It's life ending. I don't feel like
Karen's
Gizelle, like Gizelle and Robin are shady, but their reads are very, very weak for me.
Yeah.
But if you want to be read like the Bible, if you want the book of Job to really come out and the JOB get done,
that's with Wendy. Or
Candace.
And
throw in an honourable mention for a Katie roast when she was in her.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean to call you dumb.
I didn't mean to call you dumb. I just
Wizard Katie was everything. And
I didn't mean to call you stupid.
Monique too.
Yeah.
I so hate that they got into I really wanted her and Candace to be.
I loved their friendship.
I tweeted every week of that season. Can you guys please make up? I just want y'all to be friends.
I loved them together.
Every week they were.
I do have to say though, as far as like when people go after people, what I've really learned is people go after what their insecurities are to other people. As Candace was saying, we project her new hand signal for it, but we really do. The reason why Candace goes after is Mia's mom is because Candace has some issues with that. The reason why Mia calls people broke bitches is because Mia has an issue with being called that herself. When people go after people's weight because they have that issue. My thing is intelligence. I will come for your intelligence because that's my area I don't want to be insulted on. Everybody does that.
Those same questions to Gizelle, to Robin, to a makeup artist on set, to a cameraman, would not have gotten that reaction.
No, not at all.
Dorothy, that's going to get the reaction.
Right.
Like Candy in Atlanta is like, but that's my mom. And I think I would probably give the same reaction, but their dynamic, their relationship with Candace, like you could tell. And the thing is, we can tell also that Mia is a fan, which means she knew.
1,000%.
So again,
she knew. She knew.
Don't come for me unless I send for you, and that's what Candace said. And she said it the first time.
She did
at the party.
I feel like if Candace, you know what the thing is, if Candace had stopped that your mama stuff,
I'm in love with her.
If Candace had stopped that your mama stuff after the first time she said it, because I don't think she knew it then. I think, like you said, she gave enough Viper snaps during that conversation about not coming for her, blah, blah, blah. Like if she had left it there, we would have been golden. It's the fact that she then decided to bring it up again at that point when we did know that she had been told about it. Then it becomes like, come on, Candace. But like the first time, if she had stopped there,
back down as well. Mia was doing a lot of antagonizing,
Yeah,
and I
she
don't
was.
agree that
Oh,
Candace
she-
brought it.
What are
I
you
don't
gonna do
absolutely
about
was.
it? What
I
are
don't
you
think
gonna do
Candace should have
about
brought
it?
it back.
Right.
Right. And then she threw the salad and all of that. I don't
Mm-mm.
think Candace should have brought it back
Candace
up, but I
did throw
think
the
Mia
lettuce
is
first.
trying too
Here's
hard.
She
the
did.
thing.
She
Oh,
threw
yeah,
the lettuce
absolutely, I
first,
agree.
1000%.
They're trying to give you the villain. And the thing is, you can stand in it if you want, okay? Or
Mhm.
not. You're trying to also be an artist. I get
that's the
that.
thing.
I
You have to pick a
Yeah.
lane. And that's why
There's a lane
Gizelle,
in
have
it.
got to remember that there are things beyond the Bravo. So when
Yeah.
you say some of the filthiest things I've ever heard, and I'm not gonna call it body shaming. I'm not gonna do that because
it's 5 head is not
I
body
have
shaming.
passed.
No, that is
I
not
need
body
to-
shaming.
no, she says other things.
And I'm
yeah.
gonna body shame right now, and let's say Giselle's next, and we'll never forget about it. Here's the thing. It's evident every time. She can't hide it, and I wish she would give us a Kim K body neck. But she won't because she doesn't have good taste.
So
But here's the thing, Candace, if you want to be here, and I'm okay with you being an artist, I'm okay with you being that girl, and I'm okay with you kind of being an asshole. If that's what you want to stand, like, and also when people burn you, they burn you. Like, you can be you. However, I need you to understand the assignment as well, which means there are people like myself who I see myself so much in you, except for in the way that I purposely go to hurt someone, to literally
that's
break
what it
them,
is.
like
Yeah.
to literally want their face to break, like that vision, like Gizelle with the binder.
She's just
And
so
that
vicious.
part of you've got to outgrow,
It's just
Candace.
like a
And
chihuahua
That's
that's
the
what
thing is I
need.
do hope she outgrows it, because that is literally like the only thing. I'm like, just a little bit of therapy, a little bit of self-worth, because the rest of it, I really like her so much.
I mean, yes, but she's actually the only one on the Bravo franchise that actually can sing.
Right.
Okay?
I mean,
Yeah.
she's talented.
I think she
she's
is
smart.
dealing
This
with,
is the
and I
total
sometimes would
package.
always deal with it like, am I enough? Am I doing enough? It's
Mhm.
the enough complex. But the thing is, she's not asking that. The thing is, she knows in her heart she's doing enough. But when she feels from her friends or AKA coworkers that she's not enough, because what hurt Candace was the fact that the video was called low budget. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of about the
she
budget.
hates
At
being
that
backed
point,
into a
and
corner.
I
She
roll up
can't
to
stand it.
it was low budget.
Even if she said it's Kris getting paid, I'm pretty sure Candace would have been like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
it was a low
what it
budget.
is. He is or he's not. Why we're comfortable. It's been built that way. You know what I mean? But her feelings were hurt when they said it was low budget. It wasn't a parking lot. It wasn't.
I mean,
it
they were using the cars that people rolled up in.
We also watched behind the video. So Candace, so did you. So we know a budget versus not. But here's the thing. That hurt your feelings, and it hurt your feelings coming from a girl that you don't really know, that has been kind of messy with other people.
Right. A girl who she clearly thinks down on for her sexual past.
And because of your upbringing, my love, Candace, and seeing her upbringing and knowing that her come up came from, and maybe you may not think you have an unconscious bias, but maybe you do, that
she does.
Maybe this is her come up or whatever. And the fact that G is the provider and Kris isn't.
Oh my God.
Those are the things that are showing. And I wish.
And they're highlighting
like G. That's what's showing. But don't make
talked
it
to her
seem
like that was his
Candace
hoe,
is this
and
villain when we've heard first, your prostitution whore, you never sit with your family, you got Munchausen's, you're an alcoholic, you know what I mean? You're broke.
Yeah, we've heard some bad things.
You're
Simone, what were you saying about?
I was saying
I don't think
Oh.
Candace has said anything as vile as
no.
Phaedra and Nene. And I tell people this all the time. I just think that
I wish I had a tambourine for that.
the others are such
Right.
weak readers. Because see, Southern people, me being a Southern person included, our shade is
Same.
instant and it's fast.
Yeah.
It's on another
So,
level.
It's instant.
You know, if Candace
I don't
was in
tangle with you
Atlanta,
Southern girls. I can't.
Mm-mm. I'm from
Candace was in
Ohio.
Atlanta, I don't
I stay on my
care.
high horse because I know you'll make me cry. Like I don't get into the tangles with you Southern girls. You're vicious.
The Southern,
Yes.
the thing is, it's not a tangle because the Southern insult is also it's also, I'm kind of gassing you up, but really I'm insulting you and I'm getting it done
Bless
in
your
one
heart.
sentence.
Bless
Yeah.
your heart.
Bless
It's
your
just like
heart.
this. I feel like, you know, unfortunately, if Candace was in Atlanta, we wouldn't blink an eye. Why? Because there was a Phaedra, a Nene.
Yes.
There's a
Mhm.
Kenya.
Yes.
It would just come back. Because you're not going to sit here and
Exactly.
say anything Candace said was worse than that read
True.
Phaedra gave Kenya about
Right.
going to get, going to a sperm bank. That
Mhm.
read
Does he
about
need
her
a-
man-
That was a
Yes,
read.
he needs
I
an
have
bottle
it
of Coke.
printed and saved on file.
And
I have it
I
printed
it by
and
each
framed.
giving our version. We can't.
The-
It's
the
in your
mini-
Here
Rolodex.
for a storyline. You know what
Yes.
I mean? I've got it.
the
I will send it.
the mini a read
Yeah.
that Nene has lashed
Listen.
throughout that franchise. I mean, she was
Close
the
your legs
queen.
to married men.
Yeah.
Where's
I
your
mean,
scooter?
from the beginning.
From the beginning.
I'm like, no one has been nastier than Nene, even with Sheree. Even
Oh,
Do you
Sheree
think
was
though-
my
mean.
God, Marlo.
Do you
Marlo
think though,
is
if we're
mean.
talking about, do you think if we're talking about substance instead? Well, actually, before I ask my question, Simone, did you want to say something about G, or you had a question?
Oh no, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm on this topic.
No, I was gonna say, like, when we think about like substance and status, like, I personally feel like we allow more shit from people, like the higher up we feel that they are. Like if someone has
True.
less money, we will
Yeah.
take less from them. But like if they have more money, they can get away with stuff. Like even if we look at
Mhm.
Beverly Hills, the stuff that Kathy says and everyone's like, oh my God, queen. It's only because she's
Oh my God,
filthy
it's
rich.
weird.
You know what?
She's
Yeah.
not at
We're
that
gonna
level
talk
of
about
rich.
this.
So,
Can we
And she's
throw in
so-
Teresa Giudice? Super important that we do that.
Under
And
that
I feel like same with the Caroline Manzo. And
That
this is
pisses
why.
me off.
If your family actually has receipts to a crime family and yet that's overlooked because of your
Mhm.
substance or because of your status. And now Teresa Giudice, okay? We understand that they cared more about status than substance and they went to jail.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
we seeing now?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean,
I mean, I think she cares about status still. Hopefully some substance
Still
in there.
super important.
but she's
It
still
clearly
secretly
Yeah,
cares
she's
about
dating
it.
that weird
It's like,
dude
did
still,
you learn
right?
your
she sabotaged
lesson
all her
by the clank
friendships.
clank?
Mhm.
She sabotaged every friendship
Every
for
single one.
status.
Yeah.
From Caroline to Jacqueline to Dina. Every friendship
Mhm.
Teresa had was gone because of the
Kim
status she
C,
was
Kim
chasing.
G.
Yeah.
Kim
Kim
G.
G.
I mean, there's a few of them though that you
All
can
the
see that just
Kims.
actively working their
But
way
I don't
up
like
the friendship
Melissa,
ladder.
and I feel like there are reasons behind the Teresa, so I'm just gonna let y'all know I'm a Trey stan. I'm a fan.
Oh, you're a
She's
tree
an OG
hugger?
to me.
Mhm.
And here's the thing: I question a lot about Joe and Melissa Gorga, like
Mm.
the
I
house,
do too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do
Why
too.
didn't they sell the house?
I am not a
right?
Melissa
Like
fan. I've
making your
never been a
parents
Melissa
homeless
fan.
and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: Joe
That she
Giudice
married
could
for
have
status.
built that, and he ate it. Not for
Mhm.
status, because he had substance. And I'm pretty sure if he was able to take Teresa's sentence, he probably would have. And
Yeah.
let's be very clear, because that is who they are. I don't know if that's status, loyalty, ethics, substance, but what I do know is everything is not as it seems,
Mhm.
and that though it seems like Teresa cares more about status, she has yet to bust Joe and Melissa for all the bullshit they
All the
pulled
bullshit.
on the show, the shit they did with their parents' home to keep that house for the show. That was
Mhm.
for status. Definitely not for substance.
I will say I'm not a
And you
huge
love the
Teresa
parents.
fan,
Yeah.
but I do have a lot of respect for her with her
And
family.
she
I have a
never
lot of respect
brought
for
it. She never put
1000%.
that on the camera.
yeah.
Ever.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So
But I
my
do think-
question is,
Yeah.
what is the happy medium of substance and your standards? Like, is there a housewife that
Happy?
actually has that happy medium?
So I know everyone hates Kyle, but I feel like Kyle
Kyle.
is a
Kyle.
good, like, happy medium about that. I think a lot of times when you see them where they find some, I think when it's an area where it's not such a huge dynamic between the two of you, like he has some money, he has enough money to make you comfortable, but he's not controlling everything. And then you have some substance and then you rise together, hopefully.
You know who else I feel like is like that?
I'm so sorry. There's a bee in my house.
Lisa Rinna is a happy medium.
Yeah,
because
Lisa
Rinna was
Rinna.
her own
Yeah.
entity.
I mean,
before she
even Lisa
met him.
Vanderpump, because even though
Yes,
Ken had money,
both
they
of
definitely
them.
rose together with substance.
And then Teddy.
Wait, what did I just miss?
Wow.
What happened?
The dog is jumping.
Is that the bee? Is there a
There's
bee?
a bee in her house.
Oh no, Jesus.
Oh my God.
I
God
think
bless
Teddy,
you.
though she got eliminated off of Beverly Hills, was the happy medium too, because she came from money due to family legacy
Yeah.
and married an athlete. And I think that there was actual substance and status there
Yeah.
because she didn't have to
Right.
necessarily marry a man with money, but she ended up doing that. And Yolanda, to be quite honest, even though I know
Oh, Yolanda, yes, for sure. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
So how did the bee get in the house? Let's
I don't know. I just wanted to fly out because bees are important and we need them. But y'all saw it, right?
Yes, I saw it. It's still in your lamp.
We're gonna kill this, right? Because the finale has started for Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say, like, this has been a great
good.
discussion, and I
Yes.
love you all.
Yes.
Like, we have to do this again. I love this combo.
Oh, yes,
I
I
love
like
each of
this.
you individually,
Amazing
but this combo was
vibe.
amazing.
Actually,
I
guys,
love it.
Yes.
My
Maybe we should do it
Instagram is
now.
LJ4321. That's as creative as I could get. Those are the initials. Follow me, and I will
Yes.
follow you, and like,
Yes.
let's
And we'll
build.
do this again.
Right here.
And I love that you are all my fellow bougie sisters, and I don't have to feel bad about my fellow bougie.
as I sit here with my Tiffany's on, it's fine.
That could be the part two.
Yes, we need to have a part two about bouginess.
Yes.
Yes, actually, we'll figure out a schedule,
yes.
and that'll be part two.
Let's do it.
Well, thank
Yes.
you so much, each of you, for joining me. Thank you, everybody who joined us and watched. We appreciate your time, and come back again.
Baby, you just kick your feet up while I kick back. I roll one with you by my side.